You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary. I hope you like goals. What is going on? I am Matt O'Leary. He is Mitch Anderson. It's an Up the Turnpike post-game show. Late night, almost 11 o'clock on Tuesday. What the hell did we just watch, Mitch?
Just the dumbest hockey you've ever seen. Just two teams who apparently the Nashville Predators can't score goals, right? This is what we've heard all year long.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I've heard.
And they put 7 past us, much to our issue. Like, we're so bad. So are they. Just awful. A tire fire with, I don't know, a school bus fire altogether. What an awful game. Sloppy game of hockey.
I was going to say, this is two very mediocre teams, and the score result says that. It was a 7-6, just disaster class for I don't think either I mean, sure, you win the game, you're happy, but I don't think anyone's walking away like, that was awesome, a 7-6 game. No, like, no hockey player, there's no hockey player is going to like that. The result was not there.
No, the result is not there. It's just, there's nothing good about this game. There is there's a few good things. Simon Holmstrom, Jean-Gabriel Pajot, second line, good things. Outside of that, no.
Simon Holmstrom, 4-point night. JG Pajot, 3-point night. Mitch, we got to start talking about these goals. Otherwise, we'll be here 1 o'clock in the morning. So let's get it ripping. For 4 goals in the first period. The first comes from Simon Holmstrom, who scores at the time his 19th on the season.
Yeah, just, you're going to see this throughout it. We're going to zip through some of these goals because there are 13 of them. Just excellent stuff from the third line. I know Ryan Pulock is the one who gets the pass in here, the primary assist, and great assist as well, but they're on it all night.
Yeah, Pajot, the pass from Pajot to Pulock, and then the Pulock pass was obviously nice too. But then you have Simon Holmstrom's there for the finish.
Can't do it all, Simon Holmstrom says.
I love that.
Yeah. And then we hang on for like a minute and a half.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for whatever reason, it felt like anytime they scored, the Nashville would score right back. And this is pretty much what happens. Here's Ryan O'Reilly's his 18th on the year.
Yeah, just comes right in. Just, they can't defend a 3-on-2. I get that Tony DeAngelo thinks that Bo Horvat's got his guy, and Bo Horvat may be to blame here. Just friggin' Christ, these guys cannot defend a 3-on-2, which is just really bad. You should be able to figure that out.
Every game we do this, a goal they give up is off a 3-on-2, and a defenseman makes an egregious mistake, usually.
Yeah. Like, Tony went and grabbed the other guy because they were bunching up on Romy. So I get what Tony was doing, and I'm not blaming him specifically, but Bo Horvat did not play very well. A very good defense on that play either.
No, not particularly. Mitch, this next one, what the hell was Kyle McLean doing on this?
Dude, this
threw it right to Philip Forsberg.
And that wasn't the only time that we had one of those passes where we're just playing it right to Nashville. It's just, Forsberg had no idea what just happened, and he did the right thing. But multiple times in this game, even just leading up to this goal, was only 11:45 and in the first, we had made some really stupid passes to the Nashville Predators. Unreal.
It's like he threw it like they were teammates.
Yeah,
that's unreal.
Unreal. And yeah, it happened multiple times. But so now we're down, and I was already down on this. At this point, I'm going, whatever. We looked gassed, honestly, at the beginning of the game, and then we're down 2-1. I was like, we don't win here anyways. That's fine with me. We're done here. I'm okay.
Are we sure Anders Lee got this goal? Obviously, that's what NHL is saying, but I don't know if Horvat touched it or if it was a Pelech one. It's literally right off the face-off. There's a shot, goes through a bunch of people, and in the back of the net.
Horvat definitely touches it, but I didn't see that Lee got a piece, but maybe I have to watch a different angle. I don't know. If he gets it, it's completely accidental, which I guess doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. So apparently goal number 28 for Anders Lee. Horvat picked up his number 28.
Will he get 30?
I'm going to say no.
He's got to get 2.
Yeah, but how many in 5 games?
I know, but still.
I would like to see him get 30. I'm going to say no, but a great season. even if we'll count this, right? Goal number 28 for Anders Lee. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think he's going to do it, but we'll see.
All right. Anything else? We talked about the 4 goals in the first period. Any other notes that you wanted to hit on for period number 1?
I don't think so. Again, there's a lot that goes on this game. So if we miss something, let us know in the comments, and I'll try to keep a hold of it. I got 40 people, which is kind of surprising. But P.S. as Jimmy puts it, if you don't like what happened on the ice, but do hit the like button and subscribe if you are yet to do so, please.
Thank you, Jimmy.
I love everyone looking out for us here. Yeah, let's get to the second period.
Yeah, so Simon Holmstrom, goal number 20. 20 goals, 20 goal scorer Simon Holmstrom there. How about it?
Yeah, friggin' does it. Again, this second line was doing it. It was fantastic. The pass by Jean-Gabriel Pajot, and look at that. Just beautiful stuff from Simon Holmstrom. Excellent shot that he got off there. So good job. We're back in this one. Right now we're ahead again. Oh my God.
Islanders up 3-2. That does not last all that long because the Nashville Predators would go to a power play and Steven Stamkos scores on said power play.
Yeah, within seconds. I don't understand. We just played the Washington Capitals. Are we not ready for this type of play? It's the same thing. It's an Ovi goal.
He's done that 5 million times in his career. Ovechkin's done it 5 million times. I don't know how, as you mentioned, they weren't ready for that.
Between the two of them, they have scored 500 and some, almost 600 power play goals. 90% of them in this fashion. How are you not ready for this? Even Sorokin seemed slow on that one. I don't get it, man.
No, certainly not. So 3-3, the Islanders would jump back up in front again, 4-3, and this time Maxim Siplikov gets in on the scoring fun from that line.
Again, second line doing things. Watch how they're just throwing shots towards the net here, and he buries it. I thought Peugeot went between the legs to pass it to Sippy in the middle, but obviously not.
Would have been added an extra element of cool there, but
yeah.
Just love the production from really all these guys, Holmstrom and Peugeot.
Yeah. Oh, like Max is saying, where is it? There it is. Even though it's a loss, the second line is still cooking since Duclair has been gone.
Yeah. Not like the Islanders are necessarily missing him. I think if JG Peugeot stays, I think Siplikov, Peugeot, Holmstrom has to be that third line next year to start next year.
Sure. Yeah. Holmie's got a case to make at the top end there in the top 6. You got a 20 goal scorer now, and he's just getting better year over year. Like what, 20? He's got 43 points. Doesn't he add another one? He might.
Yeah, he does. So 44 points.
44 points on the year. We're looking at an almost 50-point player who's only 22.
This is his second season. I believe he's 23 this year.
That makes sense. He may have turned 23 in May. So he might not be there just yet.
23, he'll be 24 in May.
Okay. That's fine. We were talking about Dobson and Romanov being young at 24 just last year, I think it was. So it's fine. Anyways, more goals. There's still more freaking goals going on here.
Michael McCarron makes it 4-4, and apparently Ilya Sorokin injured on the play.
Yeah. So I don't know why no one came after him afterwards. I understand it's kind of like he was already in the crease, but there's no fight from the Islanders here where after he scores, he bulldozes the goalie over. Even just to say, don't even get close to my guy. No one's around him. Because he goes over Sorokin after the goal goes in, and it seems that he bends Sorokin's leg in the wrong direction.
So we'll see what happens there, but don't love that from
not great. Yeah, so Sorokin I think there's a couple minutes left in the second, goes to the bench and asks to come out. Finishes the second, but is not in net for the third period.
No, so he finishes the second, does not get the third period. The Islanders would, though, go up 5-4 as Kyle Palmieri, forgot about him, hasn't really done much since Brock Nelson's been traded, scores goal number 24 here.
What a goal here. Oh, my God. You're not going to see how pretty this goal is. And watch how he works the puck over here. So Bo gets it to him, and then he just cuts across the middle. He's on his backhand here and then fires it. Bar down. Insane stuff.
Do you think he learned it from Jordan Eberle in like the 5 minutes they spent on the team together?
Maybe.
Backhand, right?
I wish. Sloppy's got an interesting take here. That McCarron goal was the same as the Rempe play. Can we get Pulock benched for Paranovich now? Still haven't seen this kid, right?
Is he alive? What's going on with our guy Scott Perunovich?
I have no idea. But yeah, Pollock did not have a good game in this one. We've defended him a long time, but this is not a game where we can defend him in.
No,
I thought he was horrendous today.
no, it was definitely not a good Ryan Pollock day. Islanders would take another penalty, excuse me, but Scott Mayfield scores shorthanded here.
Yeah, look at that. Romy takes two guys out here. They're going to argue that it was high stick, but whatever, doesn't matter. And then Scott Mayfield follows the play and rips it. Oh my God.
Yeah, Scott Mayfield back in the lineup, scores a goal. I think you could have an argument that that Romanov maybe got away with the high stick. Now I get it. Butch was saying there was three guys coming together. True, I don't think he was purposeful, but I do think it was a high stick.
Yeah, you can make the argument. I would hear the argument. I'm not going to make that one, but yes, you're absolutely right. But at this point, we're up 6-4, and I thought 6-4. There's not much time left in the game, right? So there's 2 and change.
3:40.
Right? Forget it. Done. Just lock it up. We're 2-goal lead. Nope. No.
I started making the background. I had the Islanders logo over here. I had the 6. I had the 4. And then, suddenly things change pretty quickly. On the power play, Steven Stamkos scores again.
Watch how we don't do anything about him. Not at all.
You can't give him that much room.
Look at him walk into the slot. I understand it's a 5-on-3. What are you doing? You have to change the top of the pyramid, guys. Or the triangle, I should say. What are we freaking doing?
Yeah. Peugeot, I think, collapses too low, and then it's just so much room. So much room.
It's so dumb. So dumb. Another, our penalty kill has sucked all year, but this is another example of it. Jesus Christ.
And then 40 seconds left. Michael Bunting scores. Goalie pulled again, and we're going to see another goal here momentarily.
Yeah, just can't get out of our own friggin' way. We just can't. That's really it. They just work the puck correct and they shoot it. That's just it.
Yep. Now it deflects off. It was going way, way wide, but of course deflects off of Bunting and in the back of the net. And you're just going, how did we get here? How did this happen tonight?
Yeah. So like the Wicked 50 is saying that it's great that we lost. It's too bad we didn't lose in regulation, because at this point they go to overtime. And I was also pissed. It would have been cool to get a win, I guess, because winning is fun. But at a certain point, if you're going to lose. Don't take a point. That's the worst possible thing at this point.
Well, the Islanders take the point and then take the loss as Svechkov would score his 8th goal of the year and kind of just watch it develop.
There's nothing
on the ice yet. Okay.
They 2 guys go to 1. What the hell are you doing?
They were gassed. They were out for a long time, but you're right. Dobson and Holmstrom both follow Brady Shea here.
Just really stupid stuff. Just friggin' communicate, guys. Like, or just observe. Just think, man. It's so dumb. It's so friggin' dumb. But whatever, we lost. We only get the 1 point. That kind of helps us in the standings.
So here's, I'm noticing the big difference. We'll go through the game stats. We'll do the box score. We'll close with comments. Shots on goal, 32-22. Face-off percentage, Islanders dominant, 61.4%. Power play, Islanders 0 for 2. The Predators were 2 for 3. Yeah. They did get a shorthanded one, so I guess you got to get, special teams was okay, I suppose, but still. 6 penalty minutes each, 26 hits to 21. Block shots, 17-13. Giveaways, 16-15. That's pretty disgusting. And takeaways, 9-4.
Yeah. God, this sucks. The standings are where not picking up any points today would have helped a lot. It would have kept us at 77 points, which is only one off of Buffalo, Anaheim, and Pittsburgh. That would have been huge. Any one of those teams win, and they can, and they leapfrog us. And then you drop in the standings. Getting 2 points would have hurt immensely, because right now we're sitting 22nd in the league. Getting that extra point would have jumped us to 20th. So another 2 spots back in the draft. It would have hurt us a lot to get that extra point. So gladly we didn't get it.
No, they didn't get the extra point. 7-6 final. That about does it for the Islanders. Montreal won tonight. Not that, neither one of us were going, this team's going to make the playoffs. They're going to find a way.
No.
But just giving you the update, Montreal wins. Islanders are effectively eliminated at this point, and I shrug because I don't know what else to say.
No, let's do a little game so we can get to these comments. There's quite a few. I'm surprised on how many people are here today.
All right, leader for forwards.
Bo Horvat.
That would have been my guess as well. Kyle Palmieri, though, at 20 minutes and 38 seconds, is your leader in ice time.
Of course, it's Kyle Palmieri. Why wouldn't it be like Jean-Gabriel Pajot? Of course. What do I know?
At least.
Matt Martin, obviously.
Matt Martin, 8:59. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I forgot Matt Martin was playing today. Sorry, Matty. Almost 9 minutes, which...
Yeah, he had a good couple of plays in the game.
Okay.
Obviously doesn't belong. It's just, the hockey sense is still kind of there and can pull off a play or two here or there, but just not you can't keep doing this.
Who leads the way for defensemen?
That's an interesting question. An interesting way to ask that question. I'm going to say it's Adam Pelech.
It is Adam Pelech. I was surprised by this. 23-33. That's why I asked it that way.
He had a pretty good game. There's someone who had it in the comments, and I'm going to try to find it. So bear with me. There it is. It's scary. Adam Pelech looked good tonight. He really did. He deserved all those minutes.
Yeah, he definitely looked better than Pulock, who was at 19:47.
Yeah. Least amount of ice time, I'm going to say Scott Mayfield.
Yeah, 16 minutes, 49 seconds for Scott Mayfield.
Yeah. Going to have to get him. He's undefeated, right? Or what's his record now that he's in the team, as if that matters at all?
I saw that. I don't know what it is, but I did see that tweet, and I kept scrolling.
Like, cool. That it's interesting. It certainly is interesting. But let's not get hooked up that Scott Mayfield is the answer. There's a reason he was a healthy scratch for so long.
The missing piece. Goalies, neither really played all that well.
No.
Ilya Sorokin allowed 4 goals on 23 shots, 826 save percentage. The Hog, 3 goals on 9 shots for a 667.
And he didn't look great in that. He really didn't.
No. We'll see if he has to play going forward. I haven't seen any update on Ilya Sorokin, but
he was in the tunnel stretching.
Okay,
after he was pulled.
The quote from here. Yeah, here we go. Patrick Waugh told the reporters during his post-game interview that Ilya Sorokin upper body came out for precautionary reasons.
Yeah, so he might not be injured long term, but as it was Mike who's saying, he better not effing be hurt.
Yeah, not ideal.
But you know what, Mike? It might be better that he is, because if he comes in and, as you're saying, Hogberg just isn't it, that might help. It might help the tank right now.
Yeah, that's true. It probably would, actually. I don't think Hogberg has looked good in a month.
No,
Probably.
Exactly, right. So, and I mentioned we have the Columbus Blue Jackets, Buffalo, Anaheim, and Pittsburgh are all teams below us, but really, really close that we can go below, or they could leapfrog us if things go our way with losses, that is. And that's 4 draft positions better than 10th. We could drop from 10th to 6th. And not only that, but that also increases our odds to win the draft lottery, which would be huge.
That would be huge. In on that.
Exactly. In on some questions, comments?
Yes.
Yeah. Nick is saying, can we not play Sorokin every game the rest of the way? What good is it going to do, but possibly get him hurt?
Yeah, which we may have seen tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Here he is saying, my issue is, and I'm going by order here, everyone. My issue is lack of care for organizational depth. No trusted backup, really. Although I feel like they trust Hogberg, but it doesn't. I can't say that they actually do when they don't play him enough.
No.
So use Demon as forwards. No one he trusts in Bridgeport, so we use Demon as forwards. Can we not call up Jeffries? And the fact that his son is GM of Bridgeport is nepotism at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that on the recent podcast too, about Bridgeport and their numbers. It's embarrassing.
It's really bad. Nick is saying this team is pathetic. You can't argue that the 2 worst teams face off in the NHL tonight. The Owls can't win in Nashville 7 years in a row now. That there's a tweet out from Dom showing our golf ops 1 on X, showing the lineup that we had the last time we won in Bridgeport. And it's there are how many people on that team that are still here? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 people from the starting lineup of that team that are still on this team.
Yeah, Lee Tavares, Bailey, top line. That's pure 2017-18 vibes.
Yeah.
Eberle, Barzal, Nelson, Kuhlman, Beauvillier, Clutterbuck, Chimera, Zizekas, Ladd, Letty Boyd, Chuck Pellick, Pulak, Dahan, and Seidenberg, and Yaroslav Halak in net.
Yeah. And then Nick continues. It's been and it's let's just shut down Sorokin for the rest of the season. That was really hard for me to say.
A lot of S's in
Shut
that.
down Sorokin. It was hard for me. Jake is saying, I really wasn't pro firing Roy before, but wow, that was inexcusable. This never would have happened under Trotz.
No, I mean, well, Barry Trotz was a top 3 coach in the league when he was here with the Islanders, and Patrick Waugh, even if you like him, he's not a top 3 coach in the NHL.
No, I think that's true. He might have a Jack Adams, but how much of that is due to like outstanding goalie play by, was it Varley who was still in net then for Colorado? And
yeah, I think it was actually. I think you're right.
So, and then a couple of like total joke from Tyler, from Andre, and even from Connor saying they just pulled an April Fool's prank a week after April Fool's. So,
yeah,
good times. Michael saying it's time to transition into a Colorado Avalanche fan. We need that 3rd round pick in the worst way. This team is hot garbage.
Go Avs, go.
Yeah. And just cheer on the Brock, which is also great. Lon saying this team is garbage, but what happened in Dallas tonight is something I have never seen in pro hockey before. What happened in Dallas?
I missed it.
Did Debbie do something? What are we missing here? Okay, so it ends 6-5 in OT. So big scoring game. What exactly happened here in Dallas?
Oh, holy shit. They were up. Dallas was up 5-2 with a minute left in the game.
Atu gets it going. Love it. Love to see that.
That's crazy. Holy crap.
Wow, they score 4 unanswered goals in 4 minutes and 44 seconds of game time. Wow. That's bad. Yep. Alon, good point. I'm glad you brought that in.
Yeah, I totally missed that. Yeah, 5-2 with 1:01 left to play. 5-3 at a minute. 5-4, 30 seconds. 5-5 with 6 seconds left.
That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, or ridiculous. Simon had a chance to bury it with the Hattie and OT. Damn shame he didn't.
Post.
Yeah, yep, that was close. I'd have been so freaking clutch. Nick is saying Butch is way too biased up in the booth. The high stick and O'Reilly saying that he got sandwiched. It was a clear penalty. The Mayfield goal never should have counted. It's a good argument.
It was a penalty. Yeah. I think it was a penalty.
To me, the big Butchism of the day was I sent it to you when we were texting during the game, and it was, what did he say about? Oh yeah, sorry. He called Palmieri remarkably durable. Has played 1 full season his entire career.
That you could describe him a ton of different ways. That is not durable. Would not be one of the first ones to come to mind for me.
No. What do you think here from Jake saying? I mean, you have to find a way to move on from Duclair, even a buyout, if you can't find a trade.
They might. Maybe they keep Engvall. He's been playing better. Imagine that spin zone.
It's insane, and I think we've talked about this before. It's insane to rightfully point out that the last 3 signings that Lou has made are buyout candidates for us in Duclair, in Engvall, and Mayfield. We're all toying those 3 around. Those are the last signings he made.
Time to go. I don't think they're going to do it, but it's time.
Yeah, you and Andre are on the same boat. Ownership is going to do nothing.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
It's clear by the comments, at least from Arthur Staple, right, that they're just not going to do anything. He's here next year, so.
Yeah, and apparently so is Patrick Waugh.
Yeah. Chad saying, so glad we kept Palmieri for probably like 5 goals.
Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Like, he'll likely finish the year with 25 goals, which is a good number. but he's slowed down after the Brock Nelson trade, and I don't know what he's going to look like next year, the year after, and the year after that.
Exactly. We will see. We'll see what happens there. What else do we got here? Pyrell, yet another brilliant performance in Bourbon Country. Cannot be a coincidence. Visitors' dressing room needs a breathalyzer.
Yeah, I think I'd be doing the bourbon tour also.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't even drink at all anymore, and I would definitely do it. The Kentucky bourbon is fantastic. Obviously, they're not in Kentucky. They're in Nashville.
But it's so close, though. It's like an hour away.
Yeah, Nashville is in Tennessee. I understand. I know my states, people. I might not be American, but I know them.
No, you know more than probably most Americans do, honestly.
Maybe. Richard, who still has a Christmas tree up, I'm sure of it. The only thing we are hoping for is that the Islanders beat the Rangers on Thursday. If the Islanders miss the playoffs, we don't want the Rangers to make the playoffs. Mary and Richard Lou. Sloppy, just making sure.
Okay. No more Christmas tree.
Do we want them to beat the Rangers?
Rangers aren't going to make the playoffs anyway. So I don't think it really matters.
I want the Rangers to make the playoffs. I don't want them anywhere near this draft lottery. Anywhere near it.
Yeah, I understand that. The Rangers actually have a lesser percent chance to make the playoffs than the Islanders. Islanders at 1.6% chance. The Rangers are at 1.4% chance.
That's got to burn their ass. Oh my God. Rangers fans got to be mad about that. I love it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Apparently, did you guys see a Bridgeport player commit ice assault on a ref earlier today? No, I didn't. Was that today?
You're my Bridgeport Islanders guy.
I've got no updates from the Bridgeport. Did they play today? They couldn't have played today. What happened? Yeah, they didn't play today. They play tomorrow. So it would have been on April 5th against Charlotte. I didn't see anything along those lines. But please send me a link
I need to know what this clip is.
Yeah, please, Steve, send me a link, even just here if you can. I don't know if you're allowed to have links in here, but find a way. At TLO Mitch, send me the link, please, on Twitter.
Beautiful.
From Joe, Matt and Mitch, 2 questions. Did the Isles pick a center in this draft? Number 2, is Mitch's stash still on the Isles roster, or did he get sent down to Bridgeport? Still there.
So two we know. Number 1, I'm going to say probably. I mean, at some point, is the question in the first round or at some point in the draft? Most of these
first round.
I think most of these forwards usually start as centers and then they get moved to a different position. So I would say the percent chance that if they're taking a forward, the percent chance that they are listed as a center is probably pretty high.
Yeah. To me, you never draft positionally. Ever. You draft best available. This isn't football, right? Like, unless you're drafting first overall, then maybe you think of positional. And even then, why would you do that? You take the best available player and you make it go from there. Because these guys coming in are 18 years old. They're not ready. So especially where we're going to be drafting. So you take best available player and you make it work based off who that is.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Max giving us an update on our boy Brock. 0.733 points per game with the Avs right now.
He's a good player. It was a good fit for them. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I think, he's more productive with them than he is with us, which makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. He doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting anymore.
No, and he's playing with some really talented guys. I want to look at what their line combinations are. He's centering Logan O'Connor and Joel Kivaranta.
Yeah, which is not a great duo to have next to you. It's not a bad duo either. But you get him on power plays, and then you get him around some much better players as well. So,
yeah, I was kind of surprised because O'Connor has 20 points and Carvanta has 23.
So I guess he is doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, he is, I would say. But over the last 10 games, 9 points for Brock Nelson.
Yeah. From Sloppy, do we need to get a reliable backup this summer, or was WAG going to give Sorokin 60 plus regardless?
They might have to if Semyon Varlamov can't play anymore. We were high on Hogberg at first, but he has clearly cooled off So that might be on the table.
Yeah, Hogberg's still got a year on his contract, so I wouldn't think about that just yet. I think he's still going to be around for a little bit. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's fine. I don't think we're going to be bringing anyone in. But on the bringing anyone in, any chance Yzerman will be on the 25-26 roster?
I hope yes, but I'm going to guess no.
I'm also going to guess no, but I hope yes, very much so. Just for the growth. I don't think he's going to come in and change this team. But when you look at power plays like Nashville, that does well because they've got a guy who can clearly release it in that position, we could use that. But we'll see if they give him that chance. An easy layup here from Connor. Is Bossy the best goal scorer of all time?
I mean, you could. I think that's a legitimate argument that you could be made, right? Unfortunately, the injuries just cut his career short.
Yeah, I think he is. He scored the higher rate of goal scoring ever.
Yeah, so we don't know if he would have been able to keep that pace for another like 10 years, let's say, but
yeah,
just an unbelievable hockey player.
Okay, yeah, I totally agree. From Jimmy, which team is more frustrating, Isles or Jets?
Yes.
He didn't throw the Mets in there.
No, Mets have been really good. They're 8-3 to start the year, so I'm very happy with them. I'm not frustrated with the Mets right now. Yeah. I'd say, excuse me, dying over here. They're both frustrating. I guess Jets because they have the longer active playoff drought, but I'm frustrated with both teams.
There you go. And then before last one here from Michelle, I want to know your thoughts on this. I think on the off season, we need to do work on handling. I've been looking back at earlier games, and I think our record would be so much better with better handling.
Like puck handling, I'm guessing.
Probably.
And that's what turnovers.
Yeah. Just better puck management. Yes. Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. And the transition, getting the puck out of the defensive end.
That was their big thing this time. Like just going from the defense to offense has been horrendous. And then final one here is from Michael saying, thanks for the therapy session. I don't know what I'd do without the two of you.
Michael, we appreciate you. This is what we're here for. We come on after every game. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the Patreon if you haven't already. We do 2 podcasts a week there. You get bonus content as well as a Discord community of Islanders fans. The group chat's always popping off with a lot of fun hockey talk. So get in on that. And if you're new to this YouTube channel, subscribe and hang out.
It helps us a lot. You don't have to give us any money directly, but that helps us get money in our pocket to help us grow the channel and the coverage that we do on this channel.
Exactly. So I'm excited. This has kind of been like the first full year of our YouTube coverage. We've really put a lot more into this channel over the last year, and it's done really well. And this is only the beginning. So we're excited about it.
Absolutely. So like, subscribe, please.
Like and subscribe. That'll do it. I'm Matt. He's Mitch. We'll catch you next time.